fly on the wall a few minutes ago. So many heated conversations, information in the conversation this morning. I'm very pleased to be able to do this because it's something that bothers me particularly. I'm very particular about our safety, particularly on our roads, right? Driving, transportation, anything that concerns vehicular movement, I am all up for it. All right. I want to know about it because we spend a good number of hours in our vehicles, in our buses, trailers, airplanes, because we're constantly moving. Now, before we get to this, right, I want to ask you this question. What do you think we need to do to make our transportation safer? This is beyond policy. This is beyond, okay, there's a law, because many of the laws that we have are either archaic or are not in touch with realities, or some of them just don't make sense, right? And so it's very difficult to actually see any justification in their enforcement. And one of such issues has to do with what you call it, the first aid box. I remember having a conversation about this, about important. I even got, I even interviewed somebody from the vehicle inspection office, and you heard in the news, the chief vehicle inspection officer of River State, Akobo Monibo, in the report, our reporter, went and, got some information concerning a protest. Now, if you didn't catch that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share it with you this morning because dispatch riders in Port Harcourt, that those guys who deliver your snacks and deliver your t-shirts, deliver your makeup, when you pay online, and your devices and your bobo, those guys, dispatch riders, big business now in Nigeria, all over. It's part of the what do you call it? E-commerce that we are right now. Now, they say that they held discussions with the Permanent Secretary of River State Ministry of Transport and the Chief Vehicle Inspection Officer to address key challenges affecting their operations in the state. Now, this development comes after a protest held yesterday, during which the riders decried what they described as unnecessary demands by task force officials. You see, unnecessary demands. It's part of the question how we can make our transportation safer. Let us take a listen to them.
It's about, it's easy to write these things. Implementation is also another factor. We hope and we pray that the chief of the VIOs make his voice act accordingly. So, and of course, we also created a channel for review. So every month we'll give them feedback to see if everything is going as planned. So we'll only look forward to, let's say, in the next 1-2 months to see how far we have gone with what was agreed on.
All right. So what were the things that were agreed on? I said the outcome of the meeting includes agreements such as elimination of requirements for fire extinguishers and first aid kits for dispatch riders. I have never heard of this anywhere in the world. Never. Now, does it make sense? Yes, you can. If your motorcycle has a fire extinguisher, propped up on the side, if something happens, yes, you can quickly, spray it out, and it should be good. But if it was that big, trust me, the manufacturers all over the world would have done that. But it isn't. Why? Because it's a very small vehicle. More often than not, right, you can actually run away from the machine if you get into an accident, particularly if it's not fatal, right? So maybe that's why. But the safety, on the other hand, is all-encompassing. For example, 3 weeks ago, right, on a Saturday morning, a man was called on his phone and informed that his cousin was just involved in an accident. What was the accident, ladies and gentlemen? She was in a taxi, and then a truck carrying rods that were extending way beyond the bed of the truck. And we see this every day. Those of you who are into bamboo supply for building materials, you're into 2x4s, you're into whatever it is. Some of you, how many of you have seen where they are carrying foams, mattresses? Sometimes the truck is like say 10 feet, and then The mattresses are now packed to the point where 15 feet away, the truck is still pushing up or pulling mattresses across the road. It is. Anyway, this young lady had her chest pierced by the rods. You know why? Because the truck in front of them didn't have brakes. The driver of the taxi she was in, his car didn't have good tires. So one accident, one sudden stop, the man stepped on his brakes, and next thing, boom, it smashed through the windshield. Something that I have been afraid of for years happened. Fortunately, this young lady did not die. She was taken to the hospital. She was given treatment, bruises. Very, very fortunate. It just bruised her chest. But a second late on the stepping of the brakes could have led to her death. And we can go on and on. I come out on the roads and I see a lot of you in your taxis and in your cars. You do not have good tires. The tires have gone bald. Let's not even talk about those of you who don't even have wipers. So, basically, how do we make our transportation safer is my question this morning. As always, please turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see or hear? Please make no mention of it. And very importantly, keep your conversation civil.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, somebody's asking about the one play draw. Don't worry, I didn't forget. So right after the break, when we have the headline news, we're going to go straight to our very first draw, and then the second after we wrap up this morning. 92.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Yeah, Mr. Zion from Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Zion.
Interesting discourse for a time like this, that we are now approaching the rainy season, which have roads, transportation, and issues like what you just brought now will be visible on our roads. The question is, the road safety we have today is overburdened. We have just the federal road safety, which we have outgone it. What should be having about now is state road safety.
Okay.
That should help the federal in carrying out their responsibilities.
Isn't what VIO is meant for?
No, VIO is just checking vehicles. And the kind of VIO you have today, who are they? Best to my knowledge, just like a criminal gang who comes out in the name of VIO extorting people. Have you ever seen any of them with a gadget to test your vehicle if your vehicle is worthy enough? That is not even VIO. Basically, it's road safety. Outages, acne in vehicles, these are the things they check. This vehicle don't have acne permit. Why are you carrying load on top of your roof? These are the things we are talking about. I always tell you this. If we want to go to global standard of driving, a lot of us are danger in our roads. We are advanced driving the roads of Nigeria. Should somebody tell you that, Oga, this load where you they carry for this vehicle, I pass this motor, he go destroy this. Are we not educated? Some of them even carry stick to stand on top of the vehicle to push high tension wire in case.
So it doesn't touch the body. Yes, that's not good. So what do we do? I have robbery in a chair. What do we do? What do you suggest?
We just have to narrow down to sensitization. Number one, then number two, the regulatory agency should get out of this making money syndrome, extortion syndrome, and do their job. We'll get it right.
All right, Robin, HA. Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, Jude.
Good morning, sir.
I am happy I'm part of this discourse this morning again. Like you reminded us, you brought in the VIO state commandant or controller the other time. And we had discussions. Now, look at what you are saying, and you're asking questions about safety on the road. Do you know that a motorist that is not certain the road is free from the criminal-minded people who might chase him or her? That's my constancy then.
You have a point.
Now, the other day we hear that they met with e-hailing bikers, logistic operators. They had a meeting and they agreed that they will be paying this, paying that, paying this, 15,000. Now, that was premised on which law? Which law? The last time I told you, you had what Ban has just told you. Not until we have a regulatory body, as it were before now, which was River Road Traffic Management Authority.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info. We'll
Welcome back. I'm going to my first draw this morning. It's been a lot of things happening in the background this morning. So let's get to our first draw, right? So you can hear before I get to the second one. Hopefully, this person has not given up hope and decide that, you know what, let me go and sleep. After all, they don't call any number. No, we have to give it away this morning. Let's quickly get this done. Okay, all right. Okay, it's ringing, which is a good sign. Yeah, I like that it's ringing. Now let the person pick now. If I change my mind now, go somebody else. Say, you don't like us.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Jude from Nigeria Info. Good morning.
Good morning.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
By 2.3, good morning. Oh dear, it's a drop call scenario. Apologies there. This one here says, G, good morning. One of the biggest problems we have in this country is people taking responsibility for their actions. Do we need the government to tell us to replace our tires or tell us not to drive too closely to oncoming vehicles? What about those people who drive with one light? They still do it these days, particularly big trucks. Sometimes some people put the light at the center of the truck. If we just follow what is right, we don't even need government to tell us what to do to make safety a priority for us. And that's from Caleb. Caleb, thank you very much. 90.3, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, all right. Sometimes I wonder if they're not quite sure if they've been answered. No, network challenges and the ish. All right, so we still have the next draw coming up on One Play. I won't forget before I leave here. But I need to read some of these comments that have come through. Jill, good morning. We are all worst enemies in this country. But let's not forget that the biggest problem we have in Nigeria on our roads are the police. Jude, if people are not afraid of the police, If the police are not also extorting people, a lot of the accidents that you find on the road will not happen. The police is one of our biggest problems on the road. Right, 3, good morning. Hello? Hello, good morning, please. Oh, there. All right. Sorry about that. Let me quickly get here to this message here before we get to the one place second draw. So Benson, he's gotten the first 25,000 naira. All right, we'll wait to find out who the next person is very shortly. So you still have a chance to get your ticket. Oneplay.ng, oneplay.ng, or if you do not have a smart device, please use the code *347 *880 *6#, *347 *880 *6#. Okay, all right. This one here says, Jew, good morning. The reason why we have a lot of these problems is because the Federal Road Safety and the police in particular are not doing their jobs. Why exactly are trucks laden with goods that will also be a problem to other drivers allowed on the road? Why do they not stop these vehicles that clearly don't have spare tires, or even worse, don't have good tires on their steering, yet they will collect money from them and wave them goodbye? The police and the road safety are the cause, are the primary cause, I beg your pardon, of the accidents that we have on our roads. If they do their job, a lot of these problems will fade. So once again, a lot of people are, a lot of you seem to, be pointing accusatory fingers at the institution. I think the first caller says the institution itself, talking about the Federal Road Safety Corps, is overburdened. They are overstretched as it is. But look, I would like to end with this. Please, dear sir, dear madam, you do have a responsibility to yourself. Your life is basically in your hands. Every single day that you drive out, every single day that you know that your spare tire is not good, but you still use it, or you still have it in the trunk so that you can use it if it goes bad, because you know that your tire itself is not good. Every single day that you fail to check your engine and just keep moving along and putting bad oil and fuel inside intentionally is a day you are risking your life. So please, you want to be safe, start with yourself, please. All right? As always, please don't drink and drive. Don't drive and drink. Let's wrap up with the next 25,000 naira winner.
Nigeria Info.